When it comes to Disney Plus shows, some are good, some are okay, and others are just god awful. Yeah, I'm talking about you, She-Hulk. But when it comes to Daredevil Born Again, this show, I will have to say, is very interesting. Does it truly live up to the hype of the original Netflix Daredevil show? And of course, is it worth watching? Well, here is my review of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. One of my biggest concerns going into Season 2 is I was really hoping it was going to keep up with the hype. Daredevil was that one show when Season 1 was first announced, I was quite excited. The first 2 episodes of Season 1 was really good, and then it really felt like it kind of fell off and was a little lacklustering until the last episodes of Season 1. So going into Season 2, I was really hoping that the violence was going to be turned up, the storytelling was going to be even better, and overall the consistency of the story was going to follow through from episode 1 to episode 8. First 2 episodes absolutely delivered. They were action-packed, really filled with a lot of violence, and just overall a lot of fun. Now, I know a lot of Disney shows usually get a bad rep when it comes to maybe just not being that violent and just maybe not that good when it comes to storytelling. You know what? This is actually genuinely a good show, and it really reminded me a lot of the Netflix version of Daredevil as well. Yes, the Netflix version of Daredevil is canon to Daredevil Born Again. It is all canon in the new MCU. After the first 2 episodes, of course, I was thinking, look, is it going to do the same thing it did in Season 1? Is it going to get slightly like a little bit lower, kind of boring, and just overall not enjoyable? No, definitely better than Season 1, but those moments definitely happened as well. Episode 3 was really solid, 4 was really fun as well. It really felt like, to me, 5 and 6 were slowing down slightly, but I will say the Bullseye episode was probably by far one of the best episodes in the entire series. I really liked how Kingpin seemed like the focus of attention for this season. We could really get to see Mayor Fisk and how that character really grew, and especially everything that was going on with his wife. Anytime it came to him and overall his wife, those scenes were phenomenal, and especially later on when we had to deal with his wife and what happened with her, like those scenes were really impactful, and it really kind of made me fear Kingpin himself. We see him developing even more as a villain than ever. I'm really curious to see what is going to happen for Season 3. Having an unhinged Kingpin is very scary. The one negative thing I will say about the show is I felt like Heather Glenn, who was Daredevil's ex-girlfriend, really didn't do anything when it came to Season 2. I felt like that one story plot kind of fell through, as it almost seemed like we were going to see her more or less turn psychotic or maybe be a little bit more important to the story, but it just felt like she was there, and I think that's the one negative I will say about the show, is that we're dealing with so many plot points. Hers just completely fell through the cracks. The other little nitpick for me, and again, this might just be a personal preference just because I love this character, I really wish John Burnthal's Punisher was a little bit more in Season 2, but I do know he is getting his own specials, so we're going to get a little bit more of him over there, but it would have been really nice to see him a little bit more in Season 2. Again, he felt like he just disappeared within this season. But on the flip side, with some story plots, I did really appreciate Daniel Blake's. That was a lot of fun and a very interesting arc. And Matthew Lillard playing Mr. Charles was just a good time. I just loved the fact that he kept bringing snacks to every scene. Like, that was awesome. I love that. I don't know why, but I did. All the characters are really fun in their respected roles, and of course Charlie Cox is the best Daredevil we ever got. Another phenomenal job, and I absolutely loved every scene with him in it. All our characters were having a lot of fun in Season 2. This is Blake from the future. Blake from the past did not know there was actually an 8th episode of Daredevil Season 2. I don't know why Daredevil decided to reveal himself as Daredevil. I think besides that, the finale was still really good, and it really still kind of honed in on a lot of my points when it came to the Disney shows. I think Daredevil Season 2 is phenomenal. The music's on point, the violence was on point, the costumes were phenomenal, and I cannot stop but absolutely love Daredevil Season 2 costume. Like, it looks really awesome. It's dark, it's overall very gothic, the storytelling is very mature. Now, of course, the question is to be answered. Do I recommend Daredevil? Absolutely. Do I recommend Season 2? Absolutely. Season 2 just felt way more put together than season 1, so with that I really appreciated it. I think it's genuinely one of those Disney shows that they listened to the audience, they knew what people are asking for, and they provided. This show is not afraid to push the envelope needed, especially when it comes to the MCU. And I'm very much excited to see what Daredevil is going to do when it comes to the new Spider-Man movie as well. And I have a pretty good feeling that he's going to be in that movie. Overall, my rating of Daredevil season 2 is easily going to be like a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's an enjoyable show. There are a lot of good moments within it. I think it's a lot better than a lot of other TV shows that Marvel has done, and I think it's a lot better than season 1. I will say my original rating actually was a little bit higher, but I think after seeing that last episode, I can understand having some issues on both ends of why he revealed himself, but the courtroom scene overall was still very enjoyable. I think season 2 versus season 1 really brought a lot of the things that season 1 was lacking, where season 2 made up for. If you're someone that's not really into the MCU television shows, because trust me, there is a lot that just really didn't live up to par, I truly believe Daredevil Born Again really sets the bar, and especially if you're someone just like a Spider-Man fan overall, and with everything going on with New York, I really recommend you should watch this show. Now, when it comes to season 3, it sounds like there might be a rumor that Charlie Cox might be sporting the Daredevil beard, which you might see in the comics before, and it's very iconic. And if that is going to happen for season 3 Born Again, I am definitely sat for that. But as always, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I do recommend Daredevil Born Again season 2. Definitely go and check it out. It is a lot better than season 1, and I cannot wait until the Punisher spinoff. I think that is going to be a very enjoyable show. Remember to like the video down below. If you love reviews, remember to check out this one over here and this one. And as always, big shout out to all my Patreon members. It is the best way to support me over here on the channel and everything that I do. All that information will be down below. Till next time.